guys, how are you all doing today? It is Jaff Master Flash. Hope you are all well. So, this week's career mode race in Season 3 is in Shanghai, China. The title for this one is Sweet N Sour Shanghai. Hamilton really does not like me. We had a proper moment, a proper bro moment on lap 12 or 13, and well, let's just say we are about as much friends as him and Nico Rosberg is. Not gonna lie, this was a tale of two halves, this race. As you can see, this is the qualifying lap. Qualifying was absolutely soaking wet. But before I get into it, I just want to have a rant about this game. I love this game. I love Formula 1. The game in itself is good. However, you cannot pick your tyres at the start of each race. The problem I have with that is that you have to give sets of tyres back. Okay, so practice 1 was absolutely, well, just like this, absolutely hammering down with rain, so I had to go out on a set of wets. Okay, so I didn't use any softs, mediums, hards, nothing, just a set of wets, one set. I gave you, so you would think that the set of tyres that you would give back would be the set that you used, which was the wets, therefore allowing you to have more mediums, softs and hards. However, went into practice 2 and they gave back a set of softs, a set of mediums and a set of hards, but I kept the wets. So practice 2 and 3 were dry. Qualifying 1, 2 and 3 was absolutely heavy rain, like it just was. Yeah, I only had 3 sets of wets, one which was used from practice 1, and then I had to do 3 sets of qualifying on 2 sets of wets, which were both heavily used. And they gave back the soft, medium and hard set, which then meant I had to do the rest of practice, all the R&D challenges using soft tyres, and it's just phenomenal. Just wound me right up, that did. The fact that everybody else around me had full set of wets, or what seemed to have a full set of wets, and it was severely hampering my quality time. And I was lucky enough to put it on second on the grid. But yeah, the fact that you can't pick your tyres, knowing full well that you know what the weather is going to be like before you enter the race, it's just a wind up. Just really wound me up, that did. And yeah, anyway, that was that. The fact that you can't pick your tyres is just crazy, and the fact that they gave back soft, medium and hard set when I never even used them. Just wow. So anyway, back to the race. Hamilton was a very naughty boy, and for the second race in a row, a pit stop almost messed me up again. It's just crazy. Okay, I could be at blame, I could be at fault for going in at a certain time when the track is very crowded around me. However, it's a bit unfair that I'm getting held in my pit box for the second race in a row, and it's just costing me time. And okay, for the last race it didn't cost me that much, even though it could have. This race, well, you'll have to wait and see. But again, I held in my pit box. It's just, it's just China. That's where I said it was sweet and sour. It is just one of those races that I couldn't wait to be over quick enough. And who knows, it could have gone either way. Full damage, everything is turned off apart from the racing line. and even full damage and everything else is turned on. So you shall have to wait and see what that naughty boy did. But just like a multiplayer lobby, if you can't get by them, smash them. But we're on the formation lap, and I was really happy with everything. Okay, the tyre situation annoyed me a lot, so that probably didn't put me in the right frame of mind going into this race. But starting the formation lap, everything felt really good and whatnot, and just couldn't wait to get the race started. And yeah, I was that annoyed at that point. I was expecting a penalty for overtaking the front marker. I really was, but it didn't come, so that was a sigh of relief. I don't know, I was just really cynical after seeing those tyres go back and knowing that I needed them, because I couldn't even complete the pole quali lap in practice because I didn't have a set of unused tyres, which they gave back, which I never even used. So that really annoyed me. But lights are almost out, and away we go. That was the best start I've ever had. By far the best start I ever had. Come off the throttle a bit, and Hamilton just, in the words of Eminem, sends it around the outside. Locked up. I always seem to lock up into that corner, and it's just really annoying. But Hamilton's gone. You know, it just goes to show just how good their traction is out of the corners. He is very much in the distance, and everything was okay. Settled down now for the actual race, and let's put the plan into action. Hamilton, in all fairness, is normally stronger in the first half of the race, and I know that race. This is the third season, but it seemed to, every time I'd gain a little inch, he'd gain more. He almost cost me on lap 3, where he almost sent me into the marker boards at the end of this long straight. And then what he did on lap 12 or 13 was bang out of order, really out of order. And I'm surprised I didn't walk away with the penalty. And that is the end of lap 1, and Hamilton setting the fastest of 1:35. As you can see, we pulled away a decent distance, and lost it. Red Bull are our nearest rivals, and then Racing Point on the R&D board. But yeah, it was all good. So guys, sit back, strap yourself in for Sweet N Sour Shanghai. Hope you stick it out to the end, see what Hamilton, the naughty boy, did. You'll have to let me know who's at fault. Lap 3, he almost tapped me right up, and then he almost tapped me up again then on, well, I say almost, he did tap me up. Lap 12 or 13, stick around. Hope you guys are all well, hope your families are all well, and I, Jack Master Flash, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Is ahead of me. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 1 lap old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:35.0. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form. ERS deployment. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Sat in P2, Lewis ahead, the gap is less than a second, they're on old softs. Weber is behind you, our gap behind is 3.2 seconds, they're on old softs. Your pit window opens next lap, 11 laps to go. In this lap. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. This lap, please. Exit now. We're racing on the exit. Exit now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy. Lewis is in the pits. ahead is 2.6 seconds. The gap to the car behind is 4.8 seconds. Well done, that's P1. P1, you're leading the race. Okay, you're in the top 10. That's Lewis behind. Less than a second separate you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 1 lap old. The time last lap was a 1:53.2. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. behind you. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 5 laps till the end. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Green flag. Okay, we should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care when you load them up. Leading our teammate by 5.4 seconds. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. Increase ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge. You are in first first position, front of the pack. Vettel is behind you, less than a second separate you. They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. This is your final lap of the race. Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Joker increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself out on the track today. He was almost flawless out there. Incredible stuff.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.